Welcome to Bukhara. So I didn't know who this guy was before I came here. Apparently his name's Nasreddin, and he's a famous character from folklore. And if you grew up in a Muslim country, they all know who he is, even in China. This place is famous for being the place where he was supposedly born. Bukhara is an oasis town. If you look on a map, you'll see very clearly. And one thing they do to try and keep things green is they have these reservoirs of water that kind of look like ponds all around the city. There's hundreds of them. Here's one here. So in addition to being, well, to looking quite nice, these are functional reservoirs that they use to move water about during times of drought. And there's you'll see some canal systems, some irrigation channels around, which are opened and closed when they need to move water. Now there's one other thing that makes Bukhara a bit different from Hiva, is that Bukhara was an emirate. Until 1920 it was an emirate, unlike Hiva, which was a khanate. Now I didn't know the difference before, but a khanate means that the leader is the descendant of Genghis Khan. So only the descendants of Genghis Khan can found a khanate. Others, you have to found an emirate. So that's why this place was known as the Emirate of Bukhara and not the Khanate of Bukhara. Either way, this place is supposed to be somewhat of an open-air museum, so let's have some fun and explore. The building to the right of me, I think it's the Madrassah. We should be visiting a bit later. It's just outside the front of there, where they have this. I don't know what it is. We'll see. There are, I think, 3 madrassas here. So there's one over here. There's one over there in the distance. I don't know if you can see. And then there's this big artificial lake in the middle. And on the other side is where the parade was just there. They're having this big parade for the, well, what's the name? The jewelry and embroidery show, which is taking place here. So it's very noisy. It sounds like buzzing bees. So I'm going to try and find a way to detour past them so I can get to some of the other places I wanted to visit. Kind of managed to work my way around the parade, but it's coming here. It's over there. And there's a market. We'll go there a bit later. And then here's two of the madrassas, or the schools. Yeah. Some of the names are not so easy for me to remember or read. So I'll put the names up on the screen in case you want to find them. This one looks a bit different from some of the others because the colors are not the same. They have red and gold. It's not just blue. Just like normally you see this blue and turquoise, but this one there's some different colors at the top. And actually there seems to be a market inside. Let's have a look. Lots of jewelry. Not really my thing, but
Ho preso dei propri cuscini, sì. Ma cosa ne sa lei di quanti gliene ho dati io?
But there's an interesting looking courtyard here in the middle. Oh wow. I kind of like it when it isn't perfectly preserved. It's not been redone recently. Or maybe they should redo it. I'm not really sure. Spontaneously dancing in Uzbekistan. Seems to happen quite a lot. And up here I think is a place called Kalon. I think, Kalon. So I think this is the minaret, the Kalon minaret that I was looking for. And again, more madrassas on both sides. One blue, one turquoise and blue. And I think there looks like there's a courtyard inside that one. Let's go and see if we can have a look inside the courtyard. So these trees, you see them everywhere. They're, what do you call them? I think they're called mulberry trees. Let me see if I can pick one of the fruits. A little bit higher. Oh, maybe that's how they're collecting them. So this is what you get if you buy the ticket. Apparently the other madrassah across the square is a functioning madrassah for men, and I think this one is for women, which explains why you always see like two, like opposite each other. How do you know that this is the functioning madrassah? Well, you can see here, I guess, would be the, I don't know if you can call them classrooms, but here are the places where you take off your shoes. And you'll see this kind of thing in mosques as well, like places to take off your shoes, because that's what you have to do when you go in a mosque. Some air conditioning. So yeah, I guess this is where the ladies come to study. yeah, it seems like they closed off half the place. So look, this part is being renovated. Look inside, it's all been stripped back. And then the other side, is where people are studying, where people are going to school. I'm now outside the Arc Citadel, which I guess is where the rulers of Bukhara would have sat. It's the main gate, the only gate I can see. There's a picture I saw online from 1907. I'm gonna try and pull it up on the screen there. Now you'll see how things have changed. And these, I think, are the, what would you call them? The puppets that they were using in the parade this morning. They're on standby here because I think in the evening they're having some kind of show. But yeah, these are the walls of this fortress, the citadel. And this is the mosque, 300-year-old mosque inside the citadel. I'll have a walk around and see what else there is here. So around this part of the citadel that they didn't restore, which looks like most of it. You can see the Kalon minaret from earlier. Yeah, so if you look down at the bottom, you can see things as they would be without the restoration work. And then this is the newly restored walls. I don't know if you can see. I wonder what this would have been. A mosque, maybe? Oh, there's a picture over there. Side. Let's go and have a look at the picture and see what it looked like before. There's a mosque. Well, it says a memorial dedicated to Amir Haydar, who died in 1826. I don't know if you can see. They have like an overlay of what it would have looked like. I like this kind of thing. I can show you like what it looked like before, kind of. So this is Bolo Haouz. Looks different from what you might think a mosque looks like. I don't see any domes. And it looks different from the madrassas, the blue madrassas. There's some blue, but well, small minaret. But I think you can't go in this one. It's a working mosque, as you can see. They have the prayer mats, places to kneel. So you can't actually go in, but that's okay. It's a beautiful building. I'm in a park, and there's supposed to be a mausoleum somewhere around here. I don't know whose mausoleum, but there is supposed to be a mausoleum around here. But say what you will about Uzbekistan, they have lots of parks, and people use the parks. I'm not really sure what's going on here though. It's quite a noisy picnic, if it is a picnic. I think it's just those people. The other people are having quiet picnics, playing some music. This is the mausoleum of Ismail. I forgot his last name, but his name was Ismail. You know what the shapes remind me of? They remind me of biscuits. The shapes of bricks. Kind of look like custard cream. Some of the circles at the top. Different shapes of biscuits. They asked for a ticket to go in, but you can kind of see through here. Or I can see what's inside. So the ticket's like $1, but there's a lot of people inside, so I think I'll give it a miss. Try and find some place to have lunch. Problem is I can't get a taxi now because the streets are closed off with this jewelry exhibition. So I've got to walk all the way back, which is a bit annoying, but oh well. I'm in the courtyard of the summer palace of the Emir of Bukhara, the former Emir of Bukhara. And he was a man that visited Russia, he studied in Russia, and he liked Russian architecture. So you can see like the Russian influence of these buildings. They don't look so much like Uzbek buildings as Russian buildings. And a lot of this is original when you go inside and you see some of the art on the walls, and even like the wood on the outside of this. I think it's a tea room. This is original. I'll show you a few of the things inside. Not too much because the lighting's not great, but there's some interesting stuff inside. So the chandelier is apparently electric. And people wouldn't have had electric then, but they had a generator here that powered the fountain outside, and also this light. See Japanese and Chinese vases. And all of this is apparently hand painted and it's not been restored. It's quite cool. The Khan, like all great men of his time, well, maybe not all, had 4 wives and 40 concubines. And the place where his concubines stayed is not survived, burnt down or something. And now there's 40 peacocks, one peacock for each of the concubines. Let's see if we can find some of the peacocks. I think they're here. That's some of them. They're wandering around here too. Just wild. There's like 20 in there. There must be about 20. You know, the other day in... Hello. Hello. The other day in Hiva, the guest house I was staying in, they had a peacock. I don't know why you keep a peacock as a pet. They yell, they like cry out in the middle of the night. 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you think you hear a woman screaming. It's not a woman screaming, it's a peacock. I don't know why people keep these as pets. It's the worst pet. One thing you'll notice if you see the pictures of the former leaders of Uzbekistan, the emirs and the khans. You see what I mean? See what I mean? There's one thing you notice if you see the pictures of the former leaders of Uzbekistan. They all look huge. And I thought, you know, maybe they just got fat. But one of the reasons why they look so huge is because these guys would wear like 6 or 7 thick coats. One reason was to look big. Another is because if they got some good news at the banquet, they would reward the person who gave them the good news or who did this good deed by taking off one of his jackets and giving it as a gift to that person. So that's why some of these guys look huge in the pictures. And I'll put one up on the screen if I can. There's a market or a bazaar here called Zaragon. It looks quite unique from the outside. Let's take a look and see what they sell inside. Look at the middle of this. It's not very big, it's quite small. Like you can finish walking through this place in a few minutes. I like the knives, but the amount of times you get stopped for security here, like stopped going into malls, stopped going through gates. If they find that I have a big knife in my bag, I don't think it's going to end well with me.
And how much it is?
This one $180.
180.
This, the fabric is 50% silk, 50% cotton, embroidered cotton. Okay.
And
Embroidery is this same fabric, but embroidery is
Do you have this color too? This. Can I try? Just to try. Let's see.
it's okay.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah, good. This one.
This one I think is thinner, right?
This is sample.
Sample.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. So it's thin, right? I'll try. This one a bit small, I think.
Small? Ah, yes.
A bit small.
This one small. And this one?
This one.
This one
is a
big.
thin one. How much are the thin ones?
This one, 650,000 soon.
But in dollars?
50.
50. So the thick one and the thin was the same price.
Yes,
same price.
Same
Okay.
price. Look at this one. Same material.
Same material.
Yes.
But what is thick?
No expensive. I give nice price.
This one. I think I like this one better.
Uh-huh.
I like this one better. Let me try. This one's a bit thicker. I finally managed to get my Uzbek coat to go with my Uzbek hat. Now I'm missing is the shoes. They don't quite match. But anyway, I'm prepared. Prepared for tomorrow and the coming days. I'm at the last place that I want to go to in Bukhara. It's a place called Chor Minor or Chor Minor, not sure. And it's this building here, which apparently was a gatehouse for a madrassah. So those buildings, those that have an arch and like the blue tiling, those are madrassas, they're schools, and this would have been one of the gatehouses for a madrassah, but the madrassah is long gone, and all that remains is this. Apparently, it collapsed sometime in 1995. Like one of the towers fell in because there's a brook under here, and what happened is they rebuilt it. So let's see if we can spot the tower that collapsed. So, one of these towers, you can go up. The other towers apparently were just for storage. But this one, I don't know what's that. Let's see. Oh, okay. I think we can keep going up. You know, they charge tickets for everything here, but it's very reasonable. It's 15,000 som. It's like $1, just a bit more. Okay, let's continue. Oh wow, you can get really quite up close to the towers. Let's walk over this way. I can see. So I can see some repair work's been done, but I'm not an expert. But you know, I can't tell if any of these were repaired. Well, I think that one was. You can see the different color. Well, I think all of them have been repaired to some extent. But yeah, it's quite nice to come to the top of this place. It's really a bit low for me. What do you think? It's a bit small for me. Or this one. The Siberian look. They're all quite small. My head's big though. Maybe it's ladies' hats. Lots of Soviet stuff here. I don't know how real it is. But it's quite cool. Like a wall full of medals. Do you want a wall full of medals? I guess the ID books. These feel like they might be real. Just walking down this small street here, and I spotted this white larder, and you see quite a few larders still in Uzbekistan. It's not so strange, but this is a performance model larder. It's got the AMG badge, so this is no normal ladder. This ladder will go from 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. That's it for Bukhara. It's been fun. Now I'm off to the next place, Shakrazabs.